I see Andy's Antics, Breeze, John Bitt, Newman Salva, Petrazenar, and Snooker here.
And we're being broadcast live on the StreamStar Network.
I see Andy's Antics, Breeze. I knew I was
Bitt,
forgetting to say something. Sorry. Petrazenar, and Snooker here.
All right.
T&Cs apply.
Who's been doing what today?
I have made a gift that I'm going to share. It's of a castle I've been working on for over a week, and I had to add another level last night. But I got to find the link again.
I love your gifts. They're really cool. Andy says she just woke up. It's 5 a.m. over there.
So now it has 4 full levels. And I really like how I think it looks a lot better, actually. But I ran out of room for bedrooms, so I had to add another level, which actually took like 2 hours to do. So I was pretty happy about that.
That's really cool. I want to move in. Are there fireworks every night?
Well, actually, the fireworks are the gifty ones. So, no, there is no fireworks unless you're in the gift.
How'd you make it?
I made it in Sims 4. You can build, well, just about anything in there. The problem being is that the lot, you only get a certain size lot, so you can't like fill in behind it, the lot.
For like castle walls?
Yeah, right, exactly. So I wanted the moat, so it was either moat or walls, so I went with the moat.
Nice.
Yeah, so if I ever get it all the way done, I'll make a post on it with some pictures and a video.
If you're going to be housing the Alliance in there, I think you might need a few more levels. He keeps growing.
I know the bad part about Sims is that you can only have 8 people per lot. So, yeah.
Oh, so you could have a whole bunch of castles and we could just party in the middle.
True. Very true. That is very true.
That sounds good. Hi, Damien.
Why is the color not changing to green? When I make the
how's it going?
next castle, I'll make a green room.
Petra, why are you not on voice?
Yeah, I am. Sorry. Just sipping my coffee and listening to you.
Yeah, I guess you're allowed. Well, normally I usually just say at this point, who has something they want to share? But how about I start at the top of the list with Andy's Antics? What are you working on? Do you have anything you'd like to share with us, a post?
Here.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
Yay, Captain Dreamsteam. How you doing?
I'm doing so incredibly well. How are you guys doing?
Well, even better when we hear that.
Hey, Dreamstein.
Hi. I think it's going to be one of those really amazing weeks. I'm feeling it already. And I think like I've talked to a few people, hey Andy, and I feel like it's, you know how you get those weeks where everybody's just kind of like bummed and nobody knows what's happening and like why are we all so low? But then sometimes you get the weeks where everybody's really high and up and energetic, and I feel like that's going to be this week.
Awesome. Spread that around.
That's my plan.
So what's going to be special about this week?
Are you asking me specifically or everybody in general?
Well, we'll start with you.
Okay. Well, remember last week I talked about those, oh, I can't say it because Andy's here. So I created the thing that I was talking about last week. I don't want to say it because she's getting one. And they came out really, 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 really cute. You guys probably don't remember, but I was saying that they aren't really fiber. And then you guys said, well, it doesn't have to be fiber because it's creatives. Anyway, they came out absolutely adorable. And I will show a picture maybe later or send it to you guys. But after your witness chat on Saturday, Shadows, you probably saw it. I don't know, the chat was going really fast, but I had been throwing in a few ideas, and a few people really liked the ideas, like Petra and Andy and Artemis, and others, and we kind of pulled out and we went into a little DM and started throwing around some ideas, and I think we have the makings of a really cool initiative that will solve a lot of the problems that were getting thrown around in the witness chat. So I'm super, super excited about it. Um, and I don't want to take over the chat. So I will tell you guys, if you ask questions, I will tell you later, but I want everybody else to get a chance to talk today.
So which problems will it address?
Well, I think it will address, I'd say 90% of them, because I think what all of the problems have in common is that people are not educated from the beginning, and they come into Steam It and they start to find their way around, and they finally either they give up and they leave or they stay, but they start to make their whole Steam It experience kind of built up on this rocky foundation that is missing some really important just platforms in order to make them really a well-rounded Steamian that adds to the benefit of Steam It and makes us a stronger Steam It. And so I think that we come alongside them in the very beginning. Um, my suggestion was initially that we have a course with a little quiz while they're waiting for approval, because that just seems like the perfect time while they're waiting, get them excited and give them the tools that they need. Um, but I don't think that we can do that in the beginning because we don't have a voice that's loud enough to kind of, I mean, there's witnesses that have been begging for things like this. So I'm just a little, new minnow, just got my minnow status. So I thought, let's not worry about that. Let's just make it happen on our level. And if we can show and prove that it's effective, then maybe they'll finally start to listen. So it's called the Welcome Wagon. And we come alongside all of us. So we have 13 people on the team right now, and all of us will find one new person a week and basically direct them to a guide, give them a little quiz afterwards, and do a few fun things with them, support them, and then plug them into a community, which I think is where it makes the biggest difference, because you cannot be everything for that for their Steam at life. So it's to get in there, get them the help, give them the tools that they need, and then plug them in so that the community comes around them and supports them. And then all of the things that we're talking about, like getting people to vote and getting people to vote correctly and understanding, about busy and vote sliding and all that stuff, all of that is given to them in the beginning so that they can go, oh, now I'm going to use this as part of my experience here and build off of that. And then when we have a lot more newbies that are stronger, that's just going to make our platform that much stronger. And then we can act as a whole to make changes because you have enough people that have you know, the tools that they need and the understanding that they need to go, okay, this is important and this is why we have to kind of come together and force these things to happen in the future. But when we're dealing with new people that don't even understand what a witness is and why they need to vote, that just seems like, oh my gosh, we got to start way, way, way back here. And we're doing it in spurts. You know what I mean? We're getting these like, okay, we're having this talk here, but who's all coming? And we're having this talk here and who's all coming? But like, if we can just keep, every week getting some more people involved, getting some more people stronger, and then have it like grow exponentially, I think we're just going to be building a better platform altogether.
If there was an option for applause, you'd have it right now. I think you've really thought this through, and I'm so impressed.
Thank you. I've been thinking about it for a while, and I've made comments and I've made suggestions, but I feel like we get into those places where people are thinking of the big picture and the big problems, and they get so lost on the fact that we can start small. They want to tackle everything and they want to solve it right now. But it's like, well, why don't we just start heading in that direction? And not that talk is not important, because talk is very important. That's where ideas are formed. That's where like-minded individuals start to come together. But at some point, it has to stop being talk and we just have to try. And so I feel like that's what the welcome wagon is. And I can even put in my little post, my little mock post. I haven't posted it yet because I still want to talk to our group and say, hey, is there anything else we can add? But and that's the thing. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel. There's already amazing communities out there. There's already guides out there. There's already things in place. We're just trying to collect them all together and say, here you go. Here's your little welcome packet. We're like orientation aides of the university. You have us for like 3 days here. It's really going to be 7, but we're not going to be, holding your hand forever. We want to give you the tools, and we want to select newbies that really look like they have potential too, so that we're kind of grooming them to be more effective. And then we say, like, here, we're always going to be here for you. I mean, most likely somebody who gets that kind of support is going to follow you and going to, like, throw comments on your post like, hey, can I ask you one more question? That's fine. We can do that. But we're trying to like funnel them now into the Ramble, into the writer's block, into Fiverr, into Crreatives, into, all these little things where we say, oh, this looks like a great community for you and there's great people. And I'd love to have people from those communities like Artemis can say, hey, I'll come alongside you. And now she can take over and have the community come alongside that person too. So yeah.
I think it's a hole that needs to be filled really badly here. If I hadn't had shadows, I wouldn't know anything really. I made a mistake the other night of going into a Discord server. I'm not going to say the name of it, but it has schools and it has Steam. And then I backed out. Well, within 5 minutes, I had 10 or 15. Hi, my friend. So I ended up actually talking to one of them, and I've been kind of mentoring him a little bit this week, which is amazing to say it because I'm a real noob, still plankton. So it just shows you how desperate people are to know what direction to take when they get here.
I think that's so true. I had the same exact experience last week where I just happened to be on this post of a new person that I'd followed. I thought she had been here for a while, and she was only here for about 38, 39 days. And her post was such a cry for help. And there's so many people. There are people that don't care, and that's fine. I mean, we can't really change the world, but there are people here that really do care and they just need a little bit of help. And when I said, hey, I can help you, her next comment to me was, please, 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 please teach me. They're just desperate for somebody to say, I'll take the time. So I'm looking for people who naturally have the inclination of that gentle helper spirit. And I don't want to overwhelm all of my helpers because I think helpers tend to be, I'll help you until the end of time. So I want to have that definite time frame. Okay, let's pack it in as much as we can in these 7 days, and then let's send them on their way so that we can be refreshed and come back and help somebody new. And I also, because it's that nice little 7-day time frame, if you need to take a week off or you're going on vacation, okay, well, there's enough helpers on the outside, in there that you can do that. You don't have to do it every single week, and you don't have to feel like you've just signed a contract that puts you in this like, oh, now I'm a helper for life, but I'm also hoping that it will start to grow organically, and maybe, a month or two after the people that have gotten our help are now starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. Now they're like, hey, you know what? I can come back in and be a helper on this side, so that it starts to really grow. And I'm trying to set it up in a way that it's manageable, so that, I know that we can only at this point help 13 people a week, but that's okay, because that's 13 more than we're going to be helped without it.
Absolutely. I think it's an excellent start. Anyone have any questions for Dreams Team? Like how you can get involved, maybe?
You're so funny.
I think
Yeah.
this is a brilliant idea.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, Artemis, I don't know if you remember, a few weeks ago, this topic came up on a after show of your coffee hour, where I was also involved in, and I said this is so needed for the community. Captain Dreams Team, I would love to get involved. Yes, I would.
I will send you a friend request right now. And I I don't feel like everybody needs to be a helper. So let me just say that. I think there are people that want to be involved and they're like, you know what? I don't really have the kind of patience that's needed to be a helper. Um, and that's great, because I like people who know their personalities well enough to say, I want to help, but I don't want to help in this area. I think forcing people into like roles that they're not comfortable with only starts to break down the. So as the welcome wagon account, I'm trying to stay away from financial rewards. I'm trying to really give them rewards that are more investing in their experience. So like featuring them on shout out Saturdays, featuring them in like your own personal post, upvoting and commenting with them, but showing them like this is not about me pouring money onto you. Because I think when we come across that way, we'll also set ourselves up for a lot of fraud that may happen with people that are just like, oh, I'll set up 5 accounts and then come back to them and get some more money. So we want to stay away from that. However, we do already have people that are like, well, I can't really be the mentor kind of person, but I'd love to be behind the scenes. And when you feature these people, I'd love to throw some votes on them that way. So I think we're going to have a real clear distinction that we have supporters that come along and, with their own discretion, decide who they'd like to support with their upvotes. And then as the helpers, we really come alongside that way. So I'd love to just kind of put that out there so that people who are wanting to be involved but maybe not wanting to be a helper can still contact me and say, hey, I'd like to do this kind of behind the scenes too. So thank you, Breeze. I will send you a friend request. And I appreciate the conversation, but I really, really don't want to take over. So by all means, we can move on to the next topic.
Okay, thanks so much. Andy, were you going to say something?
I was just going to say that I'm really excited to be involved with the Dream about this, and it sounds amazing. And also, it's a learning platform for me too, because I'm going to be able to learn all the things that I need to teach other people. So I think it's great.
It is. I think it's going to be a really excellent initiative. So I was trying to figure out, this is all new to me, how to ask people if they want to share whatever they're working on or talk about something that's on their mind without putting anyone on the spot. So how about you throw the pimp your post icon up there if you'd like to share something. But I am going to pick on Petra first because she's always the most willing victim. Is there something you'd like to share with us, Petra?
Yeah, sure. I'll break the ice. And you can even choose. I have two things that I've did lately. One is rocks and one is felt butterflies. So which one would you like?
Well, why don't you start with one and then go to the other?
Okay. Okay, then let's start with the rocks. And the picture. Come on, picture. Is this one of those days when my picture won't come?
Yeah, the picture's the best part. Discord's been really being a bummer.
Yay! Here it is. Okay, so the first post is about rock painting art, and rock is stone, not like a music genre. So this was something that we all probably did as children when we found some cute little rocks on the beach and painted on them. And 3 or 4 years ago, I started painting on bigger rocks. And if you look at the post, you'll see some bigger projects that I did. And I think it's cute. I think everybody can do it. And it's really nice to be creative and find art everywhere around you, because I'm a big fan of finding art everywhere. Just opening your eyes and doing like, okay, I can use this and I can use that and let me paint this. So to have the most fun with this, use your fingers. Do not use your paintbrushes. Use your paintbrushes for words or straight lines, but when painting the rocks, use your fingers, and you will make a mess, but it will be super fun.
Oh, those are really pretty. What a great idea.
Yeah, and you can glue little googly eyes on it and make those ladybugs, or glue some wooden decorations. I started off with writing some inspirational messages on it. So the biggest rock that I did was the green one. She turned her cans into cans and her dreams into plans. That rock is really heavy and really big. It's like half of my body size. And the ladybugs are like pebbles.
I think you very artistic. I had to be careful. I almost said that other word. I'm not doing that again.
What word?
Oh, I felt kind of bad the other day because I asked Patty if she was artistic or autistic, and it ended up that
Oh.
someone in the crowd really was autistic, so it wasn't really a good thing to say. So I'm just sharing that with you so you don't make the same mistake I did.
Oh. Well, I think people know when you make just a little mistake in your speech, and nobody gets it too seriously. And for my other thing, butterflies. Today I saw the first butterfly this year. It was a white butterfly, and it reminded me that I needed to make this tutorial for all of you, and I hope you enjoy it. It's super easy to make. It takes you about 20 minutes or so, 15 or 20 minutes, because these are keychains you can use for your keys, of course, or any other thing. And you can use any color you wish and any decoration you wish, and make a lot of fun with it, and maybe even involve your children or your friends, because they're really super easy to make. All the instructions are in the tutorial, and you can just follow them and make your own little cute butterflies.
Oh, those are adorable. You know, you guys can talk, right? Those are really great, Petra. Those look like something you could whip up to make for little prizes.
Yeah, something like that. You can make for like a gift or like a prize, and you don't even have to make butterflies. You can make whatever you want. But since I saw a butterfly today, I decided to make a butterfly.
That would be a cute, easy project if you had like a baby shower or a wedding shower or something like that that you had to go, and have gifts for.
Yeah, because you can easily make it, since it takes you 20 minutes, let's say 20 minutes to make one, you can easily make a dozen of them a day.
But I think that's a brilliant project if you've got youngish children around the house, to do it with them, and teach them some arts and craft skills as well. I think that is such a beautiful interactive project. And it's not, like you said, it takes 20 minutes to make. So, I mean, anything longer than 20 minutes, the kid is going to be, I don't know, outside playing in the mud or something by the time you're halfway.
Yeah, and you can even, since I use a lot of buttons, I adore buttons. I have a million buttons at home in all colors and sizes. But if you have smaller kids, you don't need to make them sew the buttons on. You can glue the buttons on. So it will be even easier for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Petra. Those were amazing. John Bitt, I seem to recall you have an interesting new photography project you've been working on. Do you want to share some?
I do. Let's see if we get the picture. Okay. So basically, I'm able to take complex shapes like trees and leaves and sticks and separate it for the background. That's what I've been learning lately. I did this one with black and white with the color background. And that background doesn't exist. It's not the same part of the photo. And I was doing that with mountains. If you look at my other work, I was doing that with mountainscapes and putting beaches and, total manipulation of photos.
That is really amazing that you kept all that detail in the trees.
Yeah, it's a lot of contrast work to match them.
How many hours do you think you put into learning this and creating that?
I'd say about a year.
I'm sorry,
Not
did you
quite
say a year?
Yeah.
Well, you've done a really good job. Like Snook said, the detail is amazing.
And that's not even the best. I can see how I can do much better than that.
So it took you a year to figure out the process, is what you're saying, not to do just one picture.
Yeah, the process, correct. All the things I've learned with photo.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, no, that took me probably a day, maybe.
Yeah, well, if it's something that you just knew. But that is really, I can't believe the detail that you still kept.
Yeah, it's at 5K or 4K.
Wow.
That is really cool. Very nice. Sarge, what are you up to?
Hi, how y'all doing? I'm working on something that one of my grandnephews um, asked for. He saw my remote control holders that I have that sit on my couch, and he wanted me to make one. And between him and his little sister, because they have their own rooms and their own TVs, they stole the two that I have for my cable and my other one, my TV one. So now I'm making me new ones. Hang on, I can make a picture if you want.
Yeah, show us.
I was hoping you would.
I'm not very far along because I started a shout out Saturday post on Saturday after the Witness Forum show. And Lord, it just got too huge, so I had to shorten it. I ain't done with it, but I'm going to be done with it by the end of the day.
You don't have to cover the whole platform in 1 week, Sarge.
Well, I made it a special shout out because it was a shout out to all the witnesses that attended. And of course, like my last shout out Saturday, I'm going to have down at the bottom, shout out to everybody that came to listen and everything, just sort of like a generic one. But Lord, I went to check on all the witnesses to kind of put information about them, and it just got so huge it turned into a witness, I don't know, biography on each one of them. And I said, no, I can't do this. I ain't never going to get done. This will take me a week. So I'm doing something different. It'll be late, but oh well.
Sounds
Better
like you're
late than
writing.
$1 short.
Almost sounds like you're writing a novel, Sarge.
Well, I was, but I can't write. I'm like John Bitt. I can't spell. I don't know nothing about no sentence structure, none of that stuff. I'm not the sharpest crayon in the box. But let me take a picture of what I'm working on. I'm not very far along, but I'll just take a picture of what I'm doing here. Go on and talk amongst yourselves. This might take me a minute.
I see. Oh, sorry, I think I cut someone off. I see that John Bitt put in text that he'll teach anyone who wants to learn how to do his techniques.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take him up on that. But I was going to, Sarge, you really should put that out, whether you think you can write or not, because your information that you find is very detailed. And I think it would be an interesting post and very informative, no matter how it's written.
Yeah, but my personality has two afflictions. Well, people call it afflictions. I don't call them afflictions. But what people call it, I got OCD and ADHD at the same time. And I just call that a creative mind. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Well,
but it can be aggravating.
Well, yeah. But it shouldn't stop you from posting information. I mean, I don't, you can ask Shadows. I'm not the best grammar, speller person in the world at all. But if you write what you believe in, people see that and read it for what it is, which is information, which is what people want, all in one place, which is really nice.
Yeah, but it takes a long time. And I'm a perfectionist. I don't want to leave nothing out. And there were a lot of witnesses there. Man, I was so happy. A lot of them were witnesses I'd vote for. So I was very proud of my crowd. But, I tend to get overly detailed and everything else, and I want it to be just right. And I'm not good at constructive criticism. Receiving it, I'm good at giving it, but I ain't good at receiving it. Another character flaw I have. So.
Well,
But y'all go ahead. I don't want to take up a bunch of time with this. I'm gonna probably while somebody else is talking, I'm gonna pop my picture up of me sitting here crocheting. And thanks for giving me the opportunity to yak there, Artemis. Really appreciate it there. Carry on, folks.
Well, I have a question, Sarge, if I may. Since you said that you are not really good with writing and such, it's not really your forte, so to say. Did you think about making videos and like vlogs and instead of writing, speaking? Because speaking, if speaking is going really good for you, you're not bad at speaking.
Oh, I have a couple. If y'all stop by there over at my blog or whatever you care, if you can get past all the re-steams, you might see some of my videos there. I did a couple of sort of satirical breaking news ones. I did one on the EOS thing. And I've done a couple of them on the vlogs and stuff. So, I just have more ideas. I'm an idea guy, but just following through with them, that's,
Okay,
I guess it was good. I was a staff sergeant in the Corps. I'd come up with the idea and get other people to do it.
Yeah, my father is like that. I know what you mean.
Well, Sarge, I think you're a darn smart cookie, and you always tend to have a lot of really good information. I wonder where you get it from, and then I remember, oh, he can talk, and we love to talk with you. So what if you wrote a series about the witnesses, and that way you could put as much info in as you wanted?
Great minds think alike, because I was thinking of doing a series called What the Hell Are My Witnesses Doing Today? And the reason is because Grumpy Cat had made a post one time talking about what the hell do these witnesses do? Now, I'm not going to mention him because I sure the hell don't want him coming to visit my blog. God bless it, little kitty. But Yeah, I've thought about doing that and just take it and say, well, this is what they're doing. Like the one witness I got, it's M something. He's from overseas somewhere. And some of you are from overseas. I'm just talking from the States. But I was looking and I
Hey,
use his tools all the time and I didn't know the guy was a witness. And he actually showed up. It starts with an M, uh, him, and I voted him for
is
witness.
it Mariari?
That's the fella. That's the fella. And actually, we've talked back and forth in DM. He actually, when I gave him the invite and stuff, he got on DM with me real quick and everything and started talking to me. Now, that's a heck of a nice witness there because the guy's busy with all the stuff he does. And we yacked back and forth, and I just thanked him over and over again. And he was thanking me. He said, thank you for letting me know that that was going on. So that was pretty nice.
Well, I certainly look forward to seeing what you come up with. I bet it'll be good.
Is the last thing I'm gonna say because I still ain't got my picture taking software loaded up yet. Like I said, I don't want to take up all the time. There's all kind of people in here that want to share their stuff. When is that next one going to be, Shadow? That's in May. I remember you mentioning it.
May 19th.
That's what I thought it was. May 19th on a Saturday at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the morning.
Eastern Daylight Time, too.
Unless it's raining.
Especially if it's raining.
There you go. You can sit in your pajamas and learn what the witnesses are up to.
I don't wear pajamas. I had to put on pants for this show just in case I took a picture.
You know, there are some things in this world you cannot unpicture, right?
Ask Mo Lavelli. That's an inside joke.
I see Mrs. C. Wynn sitting there. Hi, Mrs. C. Wynn. How are you doing?
She's typing.
I guess I picked the wrong victim. Is there anyone else with anything that they'd like to share or just talk about? Anything chewing on your mind?
Mrs. C. Wynn responded in text. She says she's great. Says she still can't talk. Snook says, sorry, my son just showed up. Need to speak with him. Uh-oh. Sounds like son's in trouble.
Well, Artemis, the last time I'll bring some of my project this time. Last time I just pitched in empty-handed. I don't have any posts on them, but I can share a few things with you.
Oh, that sounds great.
Okay, well, I've got basically this week I've been working on 2 small projects and then 1 very big project. So one of the smaller projects that I'm working on, let me just quickly get the picture, is agate snails. We get the big agate snails here, and I made little garden features from some of the empty shells I found.
What a great idea. Is that like a puff paint?
The gold is puff paint, so you get that 3D effect, and then the rest of the colors aren't. And then I slapped it with some Tough as Nails outdoor varnish.
Oh, that's gorgeous. I know a lot of people with gardens that would love to have something like that.
My sister would love that. The gaudier, the better. Oh, it's beautiful. Got all kind of colors on it and everything. Oh my goodness, she'd go nuts. I bet you she'd give you $20 for that.
Guys, don't forget your mics are open. Go ahead and use them. This is a radio show.
I just think you should paint the live ones and have them whizzing around your garden all colourful. They would be amazing.
I know, but they creep me out a little bit. They're quite gross. And they're fucking huge. They'd eat me.
That's amazing. And for the few of you in here that don't know who Johnny Clearwater is, He travels around doing this really cool segment called Hots and Shots. Would you like to explain it, Johnny?
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes, sir.
How is everybody today?
So much better after hearing you, Johnny.
Ah, cheers. Okay, yeah, I mean, you don't ever have to ask me twice to plug my show. Yeah, I'm doing Hots or Shots, and what I do is I travel around. Currently, I'm in the U.S., and I'm traveling the U.S. I'm hoping by season 3 to be able to start doing international travel. Obviously, I need the show to grow. I need more viewers. I need more money. But as that happens, as I continue to grind and get it to that point, I will do international travel. But I'm traveling around and I'm meeting Steamians in person, and I'm sitting down and I'm doing an interview with them that consists of 10 random open-ended questions. Before the interview starts, the person I'm interviewing does a coin flip, and the coin flip determines if the episode is going to be Hots or Shots. If the episode is Hots, before each question, we are eating progressively spicier foods. And if it's Shots, we are doing shots of bourbon before each question.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
So I have 15 episodes filmed already. This week was episode 7 aired. I launch a new episode every Thursday. I'm about to, almost 3 weeks exactly. I am going to be heading to Tennessee and meeting up with Engine Witty and Sir Cork and Patrice, Sir Lunch the host, and a handful of others. And I'll be doing episodes with all of them. Or not all of them, but because like Patrice can't do one. And Cat Barbie, you haven't 100% confirmed you'll be there yet. As soon as you do, then I will set this. We'll do our episode.
Okay, I'm confirming that I'll be there. I actually, and I can say this because I'm Jewish, I asked Ben, because the 19th is a Saturday, and I was like, hey, Ben, I'm going to go to Nashville on the 19th. And his response was that he will be Jewed out by then after back-to-back bar mitzvahs and is totally going to come to Nashville with me.
So are you planning to get there any earlier, or are you just coming in for that day? The house that we're renting, we're coming for the whole week. We're going to be there from the 13th. We check in on the 13th and we check on the 20th. And the meetup is actually now confirmed. We'll be at the house that we're renting also.
So we'll probably come down on the 18th because that's a Friday, and then head back on the 20th. I'm thinking right now tentatively, and we'll probably just get a hotel room. I don't know.
What I will do is in private DM, as far as you're concerned, I will try to set a schedule with you. I know Hots is your palette, and I have Shots episodes already scheduled both Friday night and Saturday night. I cannot do 2 Shots episodes in a day. But if you are on board for Hots, which I know is up your alley, I can put you opposite of either of those 2 scheduled interviews.
I was hoping to do Hots and Shots, but whatever you like. I'm gonna actually bring some hot sauces and some single malt scotch with me, and probably some pot.
One thing that is potential. Obviously, I will leave that up to. So that I have Anarcho Andre scheduled for Friday, and Sir Cork is scheduled for Saturday, and those are going to be drinking episodes. So there is a possibility that maybe one of them would let you sit in and crash on their interview as well, so you can do the shots too, or you can just bystand and guarantee that we'll be drinking throughout the weekend anyway. But anyways, to everyone else, yeah, that's what I'm doing with the show. When I launched episode 1, I didn't do much announcing really that I was doing this. I'm one of those kind of guys that likes to not tell people what I'm doing, but just go actually do it. I think people that talk about what they're going to do often don't. So, I just set about going after it. I did spend some money on BidBots the first few weeks, in the sense of advertising and marketing. I needed to get visibility on the show. I haven't had to spend any money on BidBots the last 3 weeks, and I've still been on trending every single episode. A couple times I've been number 1 on trending for a few days. This week's episode, for example, I was on trending for about a day, and then I was in like second place for like 3 days, and now I don't know where I'm at, and it doesn't really matter anymore. I got through the weekend up at the top of trending, but Booster, which is a BidBot service, Booster is a sponsor on my show, and I promote Booster. I know the owner and the creator of Booster, and I know a lot of what they're up to. Booster's also looking for other video series to sponsor as well, but I promote Booster, and in return, I get a 100% Booster vote on my episodes that I don't have to pay for, which is really nice. It really helps that first big jump of getting the show up there. But yeah, I've been grinding it out, and this is what I'm doing. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. It's not cheap. I've put a lot of time, a lot of money into it, and I'm really excited about it, and I'm excited to keep growing it.
Well, if you're ever in South Africa, I'm up for it.
I actually have 11 people in South Africa if I come to South Africa, so I'll make sure to let you know if I'm coming that way.
Well, I promise you none of them are where I am, and you want to come this side as well. It's gorgeous. You do. Trust me.
But yeah, at this point, it's still United States travel while I'm growing the show. When people see, by the way, I do want to state this, when people see that it's up on trending, like this week's episode, I'm right around the $900 mark. It doesn't mean don't vote still. The simple fact is it takes a lot of money to travel and produce these shows. I'm almost breaking even finally, and I need all the support I can get. This is something I plan to do for multiple seasons, but I can't do it without the support of all of you.
It's very true. And Johnny, I have to thank you very much for a lot of laughter rolling around on the floor. If you haven't seen one of his shows, you really should go and check it out.
One of the best parts about it is, for me personally, one of the best parts about it is it's an opportunity for me to be transparent in who I am. It's an opportunity for me to meet Steamians in person. It's an opportunity for me and the family to travel around. But for the viewers, what it really is, it's an opportunity for you to get to really know some of the other people you're in this community with. None of the questions are directly personal. They're open-ended, but they're all designed so that, ideology comes into play. And by doing that, you get a real opportunity to see inside the mind a little bit of the people that you're sharing this community with. And I think that's really, really beneficial to everyone here. It's one thing to just read somebody's blog or look at someone's art or read their poetry, but it's another thing to do that when you've had an opportunity to be exposed to who they really are, what they're about, what kind of personality they have. I think it's an amazing opportunity for people to get on board, and yeah, that's it. That's that.
Could you drop us a link?
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
And while he's doing that, we have 7 minutes left. I see Damian J. Clay has just rejoined us. Jamian. That's a new name for you. Is there anything you'd like to share with us?
No. I'll share the fact that my computer's back working. I've just reinstalled Windows 10, and hey, I'm back to where I was. So cool.
Well, thank you. Really, Ann Cap and I just wanted to hear you talk a little more.
Well, you'll be able to hear not this Wednesday, the Wednesday after our first show at 10 p.m. So it should be good fun.
Why don't you tell everybody here what your show's going to be about, Damien?
We haven't really decided yet. We'll probably decide a few minutes before. We've said we'll have a chat like 5 minutes before we go on and try and come up with something. No, in all seriousness, we are going to be having a little bit of a laugh, but also we'll be mainly talking about people who are doing creative works on Steam. So we'll be looking at articles people have sort of stories, poems, music that people have published on the platform, and we'll be getting some into chat. Plus, we'll also have some people coming in to do special features each week, and just also generally having a bit of a laugh. Yeah, so it should be good fun.
Oh, that sounds really good, especially three guys with British accents sitting around talking. I think everyone will very much enjoy that.
Oh, well, it's one guy. It's one guy with a British accent, one guy with a New Zealand accent, and one guy with an Australian accent. You know, so hopefully you'll be able to tell us apart. But we do sound a bit different. Harder to tell the New Zealander and the Australian apart, though.
Well, who's the Kiwi?
Pengo, also known. That's Darren, who's only really just getting his feet in on Steam. But he's been in Writer's Block today, talking about music and stuff, and trying to get some feedback on songs. He's posted some short stories, but the thing of it is, me, Pengo, and Darren have been kind of talking for about a year now, and online, and we kind of just have a little bit of energy and rapport between us. So we decided that it would be good for the three of us to do it. Better than me alone, put it that way.
It sounds like a really good show coming up. I look forward to seeing it. So we have about 4 minutes left. Oh, good. Sarge put up his picture. There's what he's working on. We have about...
Yeah, I put my britches on. There's a lot of ladies and a lot of gentlemen in here. If I didn't have britches on, I'd have to beat off both the ladies and the gents. But some of us got it like that.
I'd like to braid your beard there, Sarge.
Yeah, it's a little scraggly looking. I need to put some conditioner in it.
No, it's an epic beard. It's brilliant. I love it. I want to plait it and put little Viking beads in.
I see Bluefin Studio has stepped in. We have 3 minutes. Is there anything you'd like to pop up there and share with us, Bluefin?
Oh, no, I'm just editing. I had the long camera lens out this weekend, shooting photos of my local coyotes running up and down the neighborhood and about 20 turkeys in the area. And so just trying to get all the images processed and whatnot.
Sounds good. Well, I think on that note, maybe we should wrap up pretty soon because Crazy BG Adventure has his show starting on the hour, doing Crazy About Steam, and hopefully everybody will support him.
Is he in here in the Rambles?
Probably gearing up for that.
Oh, Breeze, that is absolutely beautiful loom work you're doing. Is that a project you're working on?
Yeah, that was the one that I was still busy sharing with you guys. And yeah, it's just little seed bead looms, but it's about 1.6 meters long. So I'm busy making a table right now.
Beautiful. Well, I'm new to this, so thank you for all your patience.